I ain't gonna lie. This live streams stuff be pissing me off sometimes. I don't know why I did that or why it's been doing that. We having some technical difficulties. It's like when I set up the live properly and then I start the live, that bad boy starts like doing some weird stuff. I don't know what that be about. I don't know what that's about. Yeah. One way, we're not doing this today. We're not doing this today. That's not the first comment I want to see. Homie started off, like literally started off asking the dumbass question. I'm not even gonna read that dumb shit. I'm getting me a I forgot my spoon, so I gotta get that. He started off with a dumbass. Yeah. I wanted to. You wanted to be the same joke guy. you, you started off with some bullshit, like you was waiting. Have you been? How long have you been waiting for that? He was waiting to say. At least, did you at least like the video? Did you at least like the video before you came in? You didn't even wash your ass. You didn't even wash your ass before you came out the bathroom. You just immediately just jumped off the toilet, man. Did you at least like the video? I hope. Oh my gosh. I need to make sure. Motherfuckers is texting me. Why does everybody want to talk to me when I go on live stream? You had 16 hours of YouTube today? Insane. We're doing a pre-ritual. Oh, Ghost, you're actually in here for the pre-ritual. I always take some honey before I get started now. All right. So, I can't walk because my leg broke. That's insane. What's good? What's good? I'm gonna let you guys talk a little bit. Let me make sure I do have my do not disturb on. We're gonna talk about UFC. Make sure I say this correctly. UFC 326, I believe. That's what this live said. UFC. We're gonna talk about UFC 326. Sport has been bugging me all week about this. I just started. So you guys, I just started live. I just started. So this is about to be a good live. We're going to talk about UFC 326, 6-7. And you are definitely a same joke guy one way. But I'm glad you said that you broke your leg because now I understand why you're a same joke guy. All right. You ain't got shit to do online but troll online. You are that bored. You should probably like develop a skill while your leg is broke. That's something I would do. But who am I to say? I'm looking for my notes. I have the UFC 326 press conference notes, and I'm excited to talk about this. I would love for sport. You said, how's y'all day? My day was actually pretty good. I usually get rest before I hop on live stream, but I didn't this time. But it is what it is. I'm excited. I was watching the UFC press conference and I took a ton of notes of what I saw. I do not bet on fights. I should bet on fights. I should, but I don't. I'm gonna tell you why. Because usually I'm right. That sounds so fucking cocky, but like I'm usually on point. This card though was weird as hell. I was looking at the press conference. I watched the whole thing. You sound low-key tired. I feel you. I feel you one way. I feel you. It's 2 a.m. Anyways, let me see. We're gonna get started now. So we have the main event is Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira, and below that is I don't even know how to say this guy's name. He's one of the fight nerds, and he's going against RDR. Then you have Rob Font versus Raul, and then you have Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson, and then you have Gregory versus Bruno, and then the top of the prelims is Cody Garbrandt versus Zhao Long. And what I was watching, so I looked through the prelims, and it was a bunch of no-name guys. I was hoping maybe there was a recognizable name that I know of, maybe from, I don't know, anywhere. And I didn't recognize really nobody. So the prelims is a tosser upper. I don't know where that's going to go. I do love watching the prelims though, because there's been a couple of people that I've seen go from prelims to actual name brand fighters. I have seen that, but it's just like it didn't look like there was nobody on the UFC 326 prelims that was very interesting. And even like at the top of the list, Cody Garbrandt versus Zhao Long. Cody Garbrandt is on a losing streak, and Zhao also lost his last fight. You know, take care one way. And then when you go up to Gregory Rodriguez and Bruno Ferreira, that like just listening to them, their mic skills, take care one way, be safe, and just be safe, man, and heal that leg, learn a skill. Don't just troll all day. I like it, but learn a skill, bro. Like your leg is broken, learn a skill. You ain't got nothing else to do. But Gregory Rodriguez and Bruno Ferreira, like they were terrible on the microphone. It was absolutely terrible. I think honestly, beside like not just them overall, like I forget how bad that the mic skills are. Like they was actually trying to like big up Charles and Max Holloway, saying like, what do you guys think that you didn't worry about talking trash to your opponent, and you just but you still built a brand? And I'm just like that. I don't know. Like Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway, and disclaimer, Charles Oliveira is my favorite fighter. But I don't think they would have the big success that they have if they came out in this era. Like the era of just sitting back and having shitty mic skills just doesn't work. I think Conor McGregor was 100% ahead of his time. But yeah, Gregory and Bruno just terrible mic skills. And then you have, do you know of him in the team? Do I know? Oh, let me see. Gene Paul, who fought about 2 weeks ago as local in the South Bay, I believe, Gardena, CMMA. Do you know of him and his team? Press conferences are just cringe fest at this point. Take care, one way. Good night. Well, for CMMA, I'm with some guys who train against CMMA. So I don't know anybody from CMMA. And I'm going to just keep that to myself because that's very close. I don't want to say some of the politics that are going on, but yeah. So then after Gregory Rodriguez and Bruno Ferreira, then after that, the next fight would be Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson. Now, I have a weird hunch. This is going to be a banger of a fight. I have a weird hunch. Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson is going to be a random banger. It's weird. It's going to be a random banger. I was listening to them. Like, I think they said Drew Dober has the most, I don't think he has the most knockouts, but he has the most knock something. And Michael Johnson has the most knockdowns. It was something crazy. It was something. But I was listening to him, and both of their records is ass. And this is a fight I just wouldn't bet on, but I 100%. I believe it's gonna be a human cock fight. Y'all know like how you had like the little like the Mexicans, they have the little roosters fighting. It's gonna look like that. I really believe that fight is going to be a random banger. I just have that feeling. You got Michael Johnson. You wanna know why I refuse to pick anybody, especially why I will not ever bet for Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson is a guy who should have been incredibly good, but his fight IQ is absolutely terrible. His fight IQ, his decision making is one of the worst I've ever seen in the game. He's weird. Like he should be one of the goats. I'm not picking a black man fighting Dober. I don't know. Like I don't know if you're trolling or just Dober has like a thing against black guys or something. I don't know, but like I just think this is gonna be a banger of a fight. I think it's gonna be. I think this shit's gonna be a banger, dude. I'm so serious. I believe it's gonna be a banger, and that's all I can say. I mean, they were very nice with each other and cordial. That's about it. Then you have Rob Font next versus however you say a young motherfucker's name. He's super popular. He was like the youngest guy to ever come into the UFC. I believe that this is a gimme fight. So Raul, I believe, is supposed to win this fight. I think Rob Font has became a guy that they throw all of the up and comers, but Rob Font has. I wouldn't say he has a. He's not like I wouldn't say Rob Font is not huge, but he's not huge. But we know who Rob Font is, you know, and he's at that point in his career where he's almost like a gatekeeper. And this Raul kid, he's very popular. He's corny though. He's very corny. It was like it was a point in the press conference. He said, "Everybody say Chiwewe, Chiwewe." I was like, "Oh my God, bro. Oh my God." It was just so awkward. I was just like I was like, "Oh, this is why." I don't know. Like that was just so, and he's considered popular, and I was just like, "Fuck, that's fucking terrible, dude." He doesn't. Yeah, no, it's a gimme fight. Yeah, you're right. It's a fucking gimme. That's a gimme fight. They need Raul to win. They need because they like. I feel like the UFC now. I've been looking a lot into. We're gonna talk about that. Let me see. Why the UFC is not trying anymore. We're gonna talk about that because this whole fight card, when I first heard the names, I was excited. But then when I looked at the press conference and I was just staring at it, I should have looked at the face-offs too. I didn't look at the face-offs. I might talk about that before the fight tomorrow. But yeah, on paper it sounded great, but when I seen the press conference, I was like, ugh. And people like press conferences mean a lot to me. I know some people don't like a lot of press conferences are very lackluster, but it gives me a lot. I'm one of those guys where, because I'm a fighter myself, when we get to talking to each other, it tells me a lot about your personality. You know, it tells me a lot about how you get down and what I need to do for you. That's just me. So when I look at other press conferences, it's like a practice for me. Like, and then it allows me to say, like, what would I say to this guy? How, like, and this press conference was just, they were literally there so they don't get fined. It was a abysmally bad press conference. What's good, y'all? I'm watching some Kenchi with my son. Y'all ever seen that one where we talking about tonight fights this weekend? Yes, we're talking about the fights this weekend. I don't value press conferences because they are drained from all the media and weight cuts. But I've done it. I've had really hard weight cuts, and I came to my little weigh-ins, and I was fucking ecstatic. And I made sure I posted, made sure everyone felt like everyone felt a part of the weigh-ins. And every time I go to weigh-ins, when I'm weighing in, I'm drained, but I make it a spectacle because like I feel like the weigh-ins, all this stuff, like yes, the fight and the build up to all this stuff, yes, 100%. You like yes, it's hard, But the weigh-ins, press conferences, this is the hype up. This is your moment to hype up people. This is why I've been saying for a while that communication is a martial art, because this is the moment that you captivate people. You build new fans. And that shit was terrible. Anyways, so after Rob Font, we have the co-main event, which is the Fight Nerd versus RDR. RDR lost his last fight. He quit, and I forgot how to say this dude's name. He's part of the Fight Nerds. The Bahilo, Kyle, I think it's Kyle. And then Kyle said this like fucking cringe. He was like, "We're gonna find out tomorrow if he's the Ritter or the Quitter." I said, "Oh, why?" I was like, "Don't say it. We're gonna find out if he's the Ritter or the Quitter." I was like, "Oh my god, you really said that shit." He was all happy about it. The mic drop. I was like, "Fuck." This is where we came to, man. Woo! I would have been like, "Shut the fuck up, bro." Your name sounds like someone's taking a shit. That's what I would have said to him. Like, I'm funny. Anyways, then you got Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira, right? And this one I'm so excited for, because so Max Holloway knocked out Charles in the first round back in 2015. And that was at the beginning, I wouldn't say the beginning of their careers, but they both were green. This was during the time Charles Oliveira was definitely, I would say, a maybe C-list fighter. He would quit a lot mid-fight. Charles did say earlier this week that he wants to stay on the feet. And this is for the BMF, the baddest motherfucker title. I think the BMF belt is stupid as fuck, by the way. Me personally. I mean, it's cool, but like it doesn't really mean nothing, you know. Well, at least to me. Does these guys get more money for having the BMF? Like, or is it just and then the title's ugly as shit too, you know, like it's all black. Like it's I don't know. But people love it. People love it. Max Holloway, his last fight, he went against, I forgot who did he go against. I should have wrote that down. Because I looked at it and I was like, okay. No, he went against Dustin Poirier. Yes, there is. I knew I was going to remember that. He retired Dustin Poirier. You say it's just marketing. It's terrible. It's terrible. Y'all, like, but yeah, he retired Dustin Poirier and he lost to Topuria. And Topuria is just a special human being. And then, he knocked out Gaethje, I think. And yeah. So who do I have for these fights? Who do I have? And then Max was like, we're just gonna see. And then they were playing with this idea of, since it's for the BMF, is Max going to submit Charles, and is Charles gonna knock out Max? Charles is not knocking out Max, and Max is not submitting Charles Oliveira. If it happens, I'll come back and tell you guys I was wrong, but I just don't see that happening. I think Max Holloway is going to lose his fight. I really do. I think Charles got way too much for him. I think Charles has too much in the toolbox for him. I think Charles is going to come directly at him, and my only issue with Max Holloway is, and I remember when Charles was about to fight Ilya Topuria, and I knew what was going to happen. I said, Ilya's going to knock out Charles Oliveira. I knew it 100%. Max Holloway Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira is going to look exactly like Ilya Topuria did. That fight, Charles versus Ilya Topuria. But the problem is Max Holloway has pillow hands. And Max Holloway is he's a decision merchant. So Charles has way too many in his skill set to turn this fight into whatever he wants it to turn into. He's going to come directly at him. He's going to be in his face the entire time. And Max Holloway has pillow hands. That's my issue with Max. You see, I think the BMF belt is all right. I'm curious to see what weight class it winds in. Yeah, I just think, I just think Max Holloway has pillow hands. That's my prediction. Max Holloway is going to lose. Win. Ooh, how do I see this fight going? It depends. I want to see what Charles is going to do in the first round because I know I've watched Charles so many times. Like he's going to come directly at him. He's going to start swinging, and I need to see if Pillow Hands Holloway can drop him. If Max can drop that, and Charles gets dropped every fight, if he can drop him and actually show threats when he drops him, Max might win that fight. If I don't see Charles get dropped in the first round, at least the second round, he gonna lose that fight. No, if I don't see him get dropped and Max takes advantage of that, he's going to lose that round. I believe if Max wins, it's going to be by decision. I do not think Max is going to knock out Charles Oliveira. I don't see it. And Charles Oliveira, what I want to see is can Max defend the takedowns that Charles goes for? Can he defend those takedowns? That's what I want to see 100%. Can he defend those takedowns? I'm not sure if I agree, Smitty. Max moving up has greatly helped him and has a more sting on his shots. He was hurting Dustin and Gaethje many times. I feel so. Dustin Poirier did come out and he fought the best fight of his life. He 100% did. Not the best, but he fought. You could clearly see he wanted to win. But Charles beat that Dustin. You get what I'm saying? And Gaethje, let's say Gaethje too. Gaethje's ass. I'm sorry, oh my god, Gaethje's ass, bro. Like Gaethje is an ass fighter. Oh my gosh, we have overhyped Justin Gaethje up so much. IQ is low as fuck. Not intelligence, just fight IQ. It's just really bad. Like we have been duped into believing Gaethje is of that caliber, and he's just not. So I don't believe that. You said, but I think the difference is grappling, and Charles has greatly improved his wrestling over the years. Yes, I'm telling you, man. I just what is Max like? I need to see. There's two things that's going to tell me what I need to see. Can Max drop Charles? He should be able to. He should 100% be able to drop Charles. That's what I need to see. Drop him. You need to drop him. That's a stipulation. You must drop Charles Oliveira. When you drop Charles Oliveira, you need to capitalize on. Did you pick Patty to beat him? We'll talk about that in a second. When you drop Charles, right? That fight was fucking terrible, by the way, Henny. I hated that fight. Patty versus Justin Gaethje. That was a terrible fucking fight. But when you drop Charles, capitalize on it. Everybody who drops Charles never capitalized on it. The only people who's truly capitalized on it was Ilya Taporia, and that's because he knocked him out, and Islam Makhachev. That was it. But everybody else doesn't capitalize on it. So I need to see what he does, what he capitalizes on that. Also, can you defend the jiu-jitsu of Charles Oliveira? Charles Oliveira has gotten incredibly slick over the years, and that's what scares me. I'm like, you have pillow hands. Yeah, you got a little bit more power, but I just know Charles is gonna come at him. I love the way Charles Oliveira fights, dude. I love the way he fights. I love the way he fights. Now to answer your question, did I pick Patty to beat Justin Gaethje? I didn't know. Well, no. That was a gimme fight too. I thought that Patty was gonna come in and beat Justin Gaethje. Pick him. That sounds like that I spend money for him to win. No, I thought it was gonna be tough, but I didn't think it was gonna look like the way it looked. Let me see Morgan. I didn't even see Morgan. When did he? Where's Morgan? I don't see a Morgan. Am I stupid right now? I'm funny. Yeah, I don't see a Morgan. That's crazy. Wait. Am I tripping? Did I miss a? So I see Ghost. I don't see a Morgan. Yeah, Ghost. That's weird. I don't see a Morgan. Am I? Oh my god! Like I don't see a Morgan. I see Derek. I see Jay. I see Ghost. I see right under my BMF comment. I don't see a Morgan. I do not, on my end. I don't see a Morgan. That's weird. Yeah, I don't see it. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't see that. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Um, so yeah. Now the fight nerd versus the Ritter. It seems like the fight nerd has done his. It seems like 100% he's done his due diligence. He's done a lot of fight tape, and when he said that over the past 5 fights, Reiner the Ritter, however the hell RDR, when he said that he has shot for a takedown, so he's expecting a takedown because it's just facts. That's some shit I would say. Like I'm expecting you to go for the takedown. So you did your homework. I'm expecting the fight nerd to win. As far as Rob Font versus Raul, I mean, I think Raul's going to win. This is supposed to be a give me fight. Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson. I do not know where that's going. And the Gregory Rodriguez and Bruno Ferreira, I don't care about that one. And then and that's the main card right there. Overall, UFC 326 looks like a good time, no alcohol required. Or no, a good time if you're drunk. Actually, shout out Jeremy Johns. Um, but yeah, I think this would be a cool. I think this is gonna be a cool. Like, you know what? I need a criteria. I think this is an event that you could bring your girl to. Oh, the cheating stuff. Morgan must have deleted his comment. It said Morgan said he called his girl cheating. Do you have any advice? He's not doing too good. That's how the time it was typed. So I figured I would reply it to you. Yeah, that's weird. I don't see his comment. Like he might have. Sometimes people block you. You know. Remember, just fucking what's his name was in here talking about that he's commenting and it's being blocked or something. I was like, what are you talking about? Um, but yeah, I'll answer that question. We'll move on to relationships. That's the next thing I want to talk about too. So I'm gonna reread Morgan's comment or what you said, Ghost. I'm gonna reread that comment. But yeah, that's what I got so far. It's a oh, that's what I was gonna say. This is one of those fights where you could bring a girl. Like if you got a girl with you, you can go to the bar and you do not have to have your eyes glued to the screen. It's one of those fights that you got honey with you, you eating, you looking over whatever, and of course, when Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira comes on the screen, you have to look. If you're a fan of the Fight Nerds and RDR, you might pay attention. She might watch with you too, because that's gonna be a banger. I think Drew Dober and Michael Johnson is gonna be a banger, and the Raul kid. I mean, not that interesting to me. Yeah, but this is one of those you could just kind of just like you could be on a date with this fight card, but it's still good. I think it's good. I think when I first heard it, it did get me excited. So that's it. That's all I have to say about UFC 326. Now, let's move over to the next thing. I need some water. I should have took me a nap today because I feel I'm already tired and we're like 30 minutes in. Um, let's go to what Morgan said. I was about to say, let's go with Drew Dober said. Morgan said he caught his girl cheating. Do you have advice? He's not doing too good. That's how the comment was typed. So I figured I would reply to you. Ooh, I wish he was here. I have questions. You caught your girl cheating. I want to know, what did you do? I want to know, what did you do? Because I've caught my girl cheating before too. I caught my girl cheating before. I've caught all my girls cheating, actually. I've caught them all. In some way, I've always caught my girls. Um, but what matters is how you react after you find out. That's what matters. That's what matters. If you, I remember the very first time it happened, because I had a Jetta, and I had literally, oh my god, it was crazy. Literally was in her, like, I looked in her stuff because she was like, I had access to her accounts and stuff or whatever. And I went in her phone and saw like, I saw it like graphically. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was graphic what I saw. And I remember that pain. I was like, oh fuck. And I was ready to crash out. But then my dad had taken my car. Because at that time my dad liked driving my car. So he took my car and he had his keys with him too. And then I was going to crash out. That's where I was heading to. I was heading to crash out. Yeah, he called me. Look, man. See, I've never like caught my girl in the act. I've caught like after the act, like pictures, come on the butt, stuff like that. Like that's what I saw. She got my necklace on, posed up with like, bruh, like it was shiesty as fuck what I saw. That's why I said, like, it's, damn, you brought me back. It's crazy because I was 19. I was like 20 when that happened. I was like 20. It was February or January. It was either January or February. It was either or. I've learned something very interesting about women after that, because the patterns is always the same shit. That's one thing I've learned. The patterns is always the same shit. When you like, it's crazy too, because girls now, I'll be dealing with a chick and she starts doing some shit, and I'm like, who you fucking? And she's like, you always compare me to girls. Shut the fuck up. Who you fucking, bro? Just say what it is, bro. Just say it. Like, I know what's going on. I'm not stupid. Like, you wanna know something funny? And you're gonna see why I'm not tripping. I have ran through the same cycle so many times. I've ran through the same cycle so many times that I don't even get mad no more, because it goes just like this. I get with a girl, right? Because I'm going to answer this damn question. I get with the girl, and there's a certain zeal and aesthetic about me, right, that she admires. And she goes with certain things and accepts certain things in the relationship. And as the relationship goes, because the same way I talk to you guys, right? I talk to my girls too. But I'm gonna tell you guys something different that I learned of what not to do, because the pattern is finally kind of breaking. So I would talk to the girls and I'd break like life down to them and shit like that, and how things should be. I would tell my girl, like, like, hey, let's get you into the gym. That's something I'm really big on. I'm a face and body guy. I need you in the gym. I do believe that your girl that you deal with is never gonna come complete. You have to basically, you have to mold your woman. That's kind of what I believe. And I believe that your woman is like the reflection of the relationship. So this is really key. It's the reason why I'm explaining this shit. So the girls I usually deal with, they follow my lead, because the girls I usually pick have low self-esteem, right? That's usually what happens. You know, like the low self-esteem chick always somehow finds me and she wants to be whatever I imagine that I want, rocks my world because she's trying to prove herself. And then when I build her self esteem up, she thinks she's bigger than the program. And she doesn't understand that the guy that wants her is in love with the image that I created of her. So the guy wants to fuck what I created, and she doesn't understand that, right? So she thinks she just got the juice. So she turns around. This is like a common thing. She turns around and she fucks this guy, right? Thinking like he's gonna put in the same effort and work that I put in, right? And then come to find out, she finds out that she was just a good fuck. And now I was crashing out during that time trying to figure out what was going on. And then I eventually figured it out, like, oh, you're just fucking somebody. Why didn't you just say that? Right. And then so I leave, and the very thing that we was practicing or we was discussing in the relationship, I literally do that and elevate and get a new girl and publicly post whatever this girl wanted, I do it for that new girl. And then the cycle just repeats. So the reason why I do martial arts is because my ex wanted to do martial arts. That's what happened. And then 10 years later, 10 years. That's why he said, oh, I found my girl. My girl was cheating on me. I found out she was cheating too 10 years ago. Maybe 11 years. I don't know. I forgot how long it is. It's been a long time. No, it's officially 10 years. Yes, 100% officially 10 years. That shit woke me up. She finally randomly, like, because I remember when I found out she was cheating, I literally just did not text her. I did not say nothing. We never had a breakup, goodbye. I think she knew because she immediately changed her password on her Apple account. She changed that shit quick as fuck, right? And then this bitch was she was so trifling because the way I logged into her Apple account, right? And so her Apple account was on my page for a long time. So the contact screen that she put on my profile picture was a hickey she gave the guy, right? Just some trifling ass shit. And then it's funny too, because that year, like, I got into martial arts, and at the time when I was dealing with her, I was like, what, 20? I didn't have a car. I got me a new job, and it was like on some. This is like then I turned 21, but 21 was my whole phase, 100%. Like, I was on some. If I show you guys like a picture of me at 21, you'll be able to. I wish I had like a computer. I would show you guys. Like, I was on some like 20 when I was 21 years old. After that breakup, I ended up in trap houses. I hung around multiple strippers. This is like so much of the crazy stuff, like all of the stories I could like. It happened at 21. I watched so much stuff happen after I dealt with that girl. I was that, I guess I wouldn't say heartbroken, but I think I was that hellbent on changing my life. I was that hellbent. I was like, I'm gonna be something different. So I ended up doing martial arts, and then I ended up like surrounded by like drug dealers and all types of stuff. And then I got like a bunch of money, and then I was able to get me a new car. And I remember like during her birthday was coming up, and she was trying to catch my attention. And I pretended like I watched her whole shit too. She was trying. This is like, I think this is during the time when Instagram just started like adding stories. So I was kind of watching. And then her birthday came, and I didn't say shit. I didn't say nothing. Fuck you, bitch. I didn't say nothing. And then I guess right after that, dude broke up with her. So me and her had like a 4-year relationship, and with him, it didn't even last like 6 months. So she broke up a 4-year relationship with a dude who basically just was in love with what I created. So 10 years later, 10 years, one day, this was like last year, like the end of last year. No, no, hell no. No, I think it was the end of last year. She randomly like messaged me and said, I hope you found your woman. with a tongue emoji. And I was like, long time no see. And she didn't respond. I ain't give a fuck. So the point is, and she's overweight now. Nobody knows who she is. And she's still hiding on she's still hiding and stuff. And yeah, everybody knows who I am. And I'm doing exactly what she wanted to do. She wanted to do martial arts. The point is of me explaining all that shit, is the way you react to being cheated on is very key. The moment you see that you've been cheated on, you need to understand that she doesn't value you. She's actually trying to replace you, you know? And there's nothing you can do to convince her that you are valuable. The only thing you could do, like Eminem said it back in 2003, he says success is the best revenge to pay you back. So your job is, if you found your girl cheating, you need to go into the gym, like they say. You need to get your money up, and you need to change your appearance. Let me see. Let me read this. He say car fucking. Okay. Would you say that's traumatic to catch your girl in the act? Could you imagine? I would find it funny for some reason, catch them in a vulnerable moment. I that's crazy. I've never like caught. It's always was after the fact. I tell every chick I deal with, I'm like, and they never fucking listen to me. They never listen to me. I tell every chick I deal with, I say, hey, like, no matter what, you could get over on me today. You could get over on me tomorrow. But eventually I'm going to find out. And every chick, for some reason, they think they're smarter than the program. And this last chick that I dealt with before I started going live streaming every day, it's the same fucking pattern, y'all. There's a reason why I'm live streaming every day right now. It's the same pattern. It's the same shit. But this time I just knew what was coming, you know? Oh, what's good? What's good, Carrie? I just knew it this time. Like, but I told her, because she seemed kind of different. But I know myself. Like, when it comes to like love, like I really 100%, I do the same shit over and over. So I told her, I said, you know, I've been watching you. And I told her, I said, you might be like, because she was I wish I had videos and pictures to show y'all, but like, she was a model, 100% a model, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 100%, you know? But she was like, oh, I said, you know, you might look different, but like, you act like all my other girls, you know, like, so whatever you're doing, I'm letting you know it's not going to end well. It never ends well for any girl. I am fortunate, guys, that none of my chicks ever like elevated on me. I was always the one after the breakup. Immediately I immediately elevated every single time. So when you find out girls cheat on you, it's a race at that point. It's a race. It's a fucking race. You need to upgrade yourself. That's how, like, it's a fucking race. So if you caught your girl fucking, you know, like, go mourn. You have every right to go mourn. I'll give you like a month to mourn that shit. You got like a month, bro. But then you gonna have to pick your ass up and change the game. Always remember, this is something I learned in chess. When I play chess, and I tell myself, that needs to be a topic for another video. But man, I tell myself all the time, the game is gonna flip. The game can flip. Never forget that. You'll be playing and everything's going great, and the game will flip just like that. It will flip on your ass. So just because someone's like, they left you in a bad position, if you just keep your mind on the prize, the game can flip. The game always can flip. You know, and what's the game? Some people don't know what the game is. The name, if the game said, hello, my name is, the name of the game is the player get played. That's the name of the game. So when people say, oh, he got game, he knows how to play. He knows how the player get played. That's the name of the game. Player get played. People hate that, but that's the truth. You know, what is having game though? Like what is having game? Having game is the ability to lead any situation through dominance and strategy. So, no, I think I said it wrong. It was dominance, which is basically psychology. Psychology and strategy. That's having game. Being able to lead any situation through that. So you need to develop a strategy and you need to change your psychology, get your ass in the gym, maybe, like change your physical, like your looks. There's a book that I read a while ago called Permanent Fashion. Um it's one of my, it's such a good book. It's such a good book. Permanent Fashion. You should check that out. Let me see. I think this is all deeper is the reality of dating in a big city, let alone LA. Hypergamy and opportunism is rampant here. I'm just having fun and not getting too emotionally invested here. And then someone else said, "I love the fact that you are very transparent how you feel and see future life results." Yeah, no, I'm see that's one thing that I'm so happy about. I was just arguing with my ex about that. Like she was mad that I told her the truth in the beginning about something and she didn't have the courage to say she didn't like it. You get what I'm saying? And I watched her do things I watched her break her morals to match against me when all she had to do is come and communicate with me. And that part frustrated me because I'm a man that I'm a person you can communicate to. You can communicate to me. You can tell me I don't like this, blah blah blah. But she didn't communicate that with me, and now here we are. And she destroyed like she. It's so much crazy, bro. But like you say, you think it's hypergamy. Well, no, to me, see the thing about hypergamy is as long as you like. I was just talking to some of my gym mates about this. Like women are addicted to trajectory because if you pay close attention, like you could be rich and get cheated on. See how that works? Like you could be rich and get cheated on by a bum who just got out of jail, right? So, like for a lot of these young men, they don't understand. You got to stop beating your meat. You have to. Like you need to understand like that spiritual currency that you are spending. Like you got to stop it because the way you walk when you're sustaining is so different. You move different and you're ready. If you might find a fine chick, you ready. You get what I'm saying? You gotta go to the gym. You gotta take your vitamins. You need to make sure it's called permanent fashion. Men, like I seen this video on Threads. No, it's this text on Threads. There was like, why is it that women are evolving faster than men, right? In the looks department. And I was like, we shouldn't like cosmetics and digital filtering should not be like compared to natural aesthetics. As a man, our beauty is in how natural we look. That's why we go to the gym. You get what I'm saying? You gotta, it's called permanent fashion. You gotta have a permanent look. You gotta be like a little, like a cartoon character. You get what I'm saying? Like, how cartoon characters, like when you see that character looks the same every show. Like it's like he has a permanent look. And when the character is tired or something, he's all looking like this, like that's not the actual character. But when they restore the actual character, they look like they have that permanent fashion. We as men have to make sure our permanent fashion is on point. So there's like 7 islands of us. You need to understand yourself. You need to get your mental right. This world is competitive. You gotta get that mental right. Your physical, that permanent fashion, your confidence needs to be right. You need to get your emotions right. And I think like when I say emotions, see there's 2 ways. There's a concept that the red pill said, and I fucking agree. I agree. No, or was it the red pill? Or was it something else that I read? It was a book I read a while ago. Because I read when I was 21, I read that was what made me start reading a lot. I read so many psychology books and I went to dark places learning how to and practiced it. But like you can either love women or hate them. You can't do both, you know? So as a man, I think that what that quote is basically saying is you can like love is magic. You just, it's kind of like books, it's like magic. You don't see it, but you believe in it. You get what I'm saying? But when you try to understand something, which is the type of person I am, you break it down, you start learning about it. And like you said with hypergamy, women are interested in trajectory. So like when a man notice, like for example, like why do women get angry when men are on video games? Now I have a ignorant way of thinking of what it is. Like I could tell y'all like the funny ass but maybe truthful way. And then I have the actual like the truth is stranger than fiction answer. The truth is stranger than fiction answer is that when a woman sees a man playing video games, like literally she doesn't see nothing the trajectory going somewhere. She doesn't see nothing. Like that doesn't look like it's building anything. There's no motion involved. That irritates the fuck out of her, you know? So, you know, and then the ignorant way, I just think women in technology actually I believe AI doesn't like women. I like that's the funny like I could write that down for you guys cuz I would like to talk about that too another time. I really believe AI doesn't like women. I think AI is sexist. I don't I like but anyways, yeah, women are into trajectory though. They're into your trajectory. Women like when a woman sees you doing something, that turns her on. Like when you like a man playing with his toys and doing what he wants to do, and he's focused, and that toy is turning into money and monetary gain, a woman respects that because women want to orbit you. She don't want you orbiting her. She wants to orbit you. She wants to get on the program. You need a program. You say you ever cheated on the serious relationships? You ever cheated on the serious relationships or felt like cheating? What do you mean by that? He said, yeah, but what about ejaculation for prostate health? I think I mean you could do that. Like if you go to the doctor and they say that, but I think I think semen retention is the strongest thing a man can do. Now it's interesting though, because we was just I was so happy that I was amongst fighters when we had this conversation. And I said it's weird because there was so like semen retention is different. I think when you like when you beat it, when you tug the chicken, for some weird reason, I believe that lowers your testosterone, right? But being what's the word? What's the politically correct word? Being sexually active before a fight raises your testosterone. And I actually got like if you guys have you guys like actually like have you guys seen my fight like my what am I trying to say? Like my weigh-ins? Like if I have a fight next time if I have a fight, it, it wouldn't have worked this time. But like before I have a fight weigh-in, I come in like ripped up. Do y'all know what I was doing? I'm gonna leave it at that. Every night I trained all day and I was training all night. You get what I'm saying? Do y'all like, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I believe I was talking to the fighters. I said, I believe that raises your testosterone. And a lot of them agreed with me. But I think like you sitting back online watching who's the popular I don't even know the names no more. Like I used to know the names, but I don't know who's the popular OF fans now or whatever. Like if you're sitting back watching them all day beating it, like I think that lowers your testosterone. But yeah, I do think AI is against women. You say it's a different level of discipline. It's real and you can feel the difference. Yes. Hi, friend. Glad to catch you live again. Caramel Lucifer. Hello. Hello, Caramel. Did y'all know her cats? She has two cats. One's name is Caramel, and the other name is Lucifer. You said I meant you ever cheated while being in those relationships you mentioned earlier. How do you feel with temptation? I think temptation. Ooh, yes, that's a great question. Um, so I believe that temptation needs to enter the relationship before you trust someone. This last relationship made me realize that. I believe you need to watch, like when you are with someone and like in the honeymoon phase. Now, when I talk to women, I no longer like it's, and I'm gonna answer your question because I stay truthful. I'm gonna answer your question. Um, I no longer get happy anymore when I'm talking to women in terms of, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. Like when we're talking and everything's going good, I'm neutral. When we have our first argument, dun dun dun, I'm excited. I want to see exactly how you are now. Like this is about like I need to see what do you do when you get mad. That's how I am now. What do you do when you get mad? You know, how do you act? Like when things get tough, what is your natural go to? What do you do? Because when it really matters, and I have no control over you, right? What are you gonna do? You know, like that right there is now a criteria. That's like girl can tell me I do this, I'll rub your back. I'm like, but then like I start smiling when I see her get angry because I want to see. I believe temptation needs to be you need to throw a boomerang of called temptation in your relationship before you decide if you want to be with a woman or not. Have I ever cheated? Let me think. Let me think about that first relationship I explained. Did I ever cheat on her? I think, and the straight answer is yes, but I'm wondering if I got caught. The straight answer is yes, but I'm wondering if I got caught. I didn't get caught in that one. Yeah, I didn't get caught in that one. Yeah, no. The other one, it was a few I got caught. And then you're probably thinking like, well then she cheated back on you. That's the thing though. If I got caught, I would admit it. No, yeah, I did. If you ask, I'm one of those guys. You ask me, I'll tell you. I'll tell you straight up. But no, the fuck I don't. See. This is me thinking about my old of how like the arguments I had with these chicks, and I always have to remember with no, absolutely not. They allowed the relationship to be open. There it is. They allowed the relationship to be open, and if you asked me the question, I would tell you the answer. And if you don't ask the question, I wouldn't give it to you. And then when they decide to get like big King Kong about it, they would call me a cheater. And I'm like, how am I a fucking cheater? You knew what I was on. You knew what I was about. So then you're probably thinking, well, Smitty, you're a hypocrite. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not a hypocrite. Because every one of these girls, and I wish I tell this to every new girl I deal with. Every one of these girls had to do was just say sorry. I would have looked over it. Because I'm a piece of shit too. I would have like, all right, baby, cool, but they couldn't say fucking sorry. They couldn't admit it. They had to fucking they was taking that shit to the grave despite me knowing what was going on. I'm like, dude, I seen what you did. If you ask me, I told you from the jump of how I am, what I do, how I like the relationship to be, how I move, right? So you know how I move. So I'm just chilling because I got nothing to hide. And then you start moving different. I'm like, hey, what's that? But then they start lying and shit, right? And I'm like, why are you lying? I don't lie to you, so don't lie to me, And then I find out later, and then they try to flip it and spin it like I'm some evil dude. And I'm just like, bro, you knew what I was about, so why are you flipping on me? And then it it was only like maybe a few exes that came back, and they were like, I'm like, it's too late, bro. You should have just said something at that moment. You said learning each other's argument style is actually really important in relationships. So I agree with the curiosity when the first argument happens. Shoo! That's when I get happy. That's my honeymoon phase. I get happy. I'm like, yo, it's because I'm poly. That's the real problem. I'm polyamorous. The girls I meet, they be liking me and they start doing all this extra stuff. And I be like, and I tell them straight up, yo, hey, this is how I am. And they be like, I could work with it. I'm like, all right. And then they eat some alive during the relationship. And then they decide to do something stupid. And instead of coming to talk to me, they feel like they're in too deep. And then they come talk to me years later. That's how it goes. There's only recently, there was two chicks that came back and was like, now they down with it, I guess. You said then eat some alive. It do. Like, I'm a guy, I'm telling you guys, I don't lie. I tell the truth. And then, like, see, you know how people say the truth sets you free? No, the fuck it don't. The truth, like, you, like, lie. Lie. You need to lie. And fuck that shit. You tell the truth, especially, like, but then you want to know something Chat GPT told me? I love my Chat GPT. The truth locks you up. Yes, lie. You need to lie. Fuck that shit. You said, I was talking with a homie. Is it funny when isn't it funny when you treat women like shit, or that you don't care, they want you the most, but right when you give in and give the love back, the energy changes. I know, because it's like, it's weird. Like, women change you to the nigga they don't like. They change you into the man that they don't like. Women are really funny creatures because they're fascinated by what you are. That's what they like, right? But they want you to be something else. But when you become that, they're like, oh no, I don't like that. So they forget who you were. And then like they try to, it's weird, you know, because then they get a knockoff version of what you used to be. But then that knockoff version really don't like them. I always say that a lot of dudes, like women, it's men too. There's people who see other people in relationships, and the fact that they are in a relationship, that makes them attractive. And the home wreckers, man and woman, it don't matter. There's home wreckers out there that are just attracted because you are in a relationship. And a lot of women don't understand that. Like that guy that's talking to you at your job, he's only attracted to you because you're in a relationship. You know, he's only looking at the good parts that your relationship is cultivated. And he's only coming to plunder, bruh. He ain't coming to like tow the land and shit. He ain't coming to do that, you know? But they don't understand that, so they jump ship because the grass is greener. And yeah, that's usually how it goes. It's crazy. Like, yeah, women are notorious for jumping ship. But yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. When I be talking to my chicks, yeah, that shit eats them alive. It be tripping me out because I don't be knowing. I don't be knowing like she be dying inside. I just be chilling, happy and shit. And then yeah. That's why I told you guys. I said my relationships go the same exact way, but I know exactly what's gonna happen in the end. Starts off nice. She gets resentful. We break up. Or no, she cheats on me. We break up. And I'm telling her all you gotta do is have a conversation with me. She doesn't. So then I take one of her goals and I decide to become famous with it. And that's the type of toxic I am. I take your goals and I use it to become famous. Instead of like stalking you, that's what I do. I just take your goals and perform it better than you. That's me. But I don't know, it's kind of different because I had I finally every time I've gotten better. See, that's another thing that we don't talk about. I've realized because I don't think I said that what ChatGPT told me. ChatGPT told me it was crazy because everybody's been saying ChatGPT is different. He says, "So, is there something that needs to change, or do you like the toxicity?" Um, and this is why I love my AI. My AI, I literally programmed it be a devil's advocate. Mine doesn't kiss my ass. So I was like, I explained everything to it. And it told me something so interesting. It said, you put too much trust before testing these girls. That's why you're running into these situations. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then, yeah, that like, do you want a successful relationship? I do want a successful relationship, actually. I do. I want my dumb ass comes too honest. That's the problem. I come too honest. And then I think, okay, have any of you guys read what book is that called? The Three Body Problem. So if anyone hasn't read The Three Body Problem, basically the aliens have a culture where they straight up tell the truth. Right? Like I was laughing when I was reading that shit because it was that's it. Yeah, that's it. Play devil's advocate. Be devil's advocate. Don't kiss my ass. That's literally what my chat like, and it does it too. I said play devil's advocate. Don't kiss my ass, but try to help me come to a solution. And it just, and we argue. Like I be that shit be pissing me off, dude. But anyways, the three body problem. The aliens cannot lie. Like it's in their culture. They don't know how to lie. They don't know how to be deceitful, right? And it's so funny when I was reading that shit. I could just imagine myself because they weren't being deceitful. They literally was like, we're coming to do this. So just too fucking honest. So you come to a girl and you're very honest about it. There's no fucking mystery. You didn't deliver a mystery. I was thinking, I just realized it today. We as men are very explanatory. The truth hurts too much. Living in a world of lies is more comfortable. Exactly. But we as men explain too much. And this is something I've learned. And you need to be more expressive. So this is something I've been working on. Like you have performance, expression, and explanation, right? So I'm really good when I'm performing. That's why all my exes, I'm happy about that. All my exes, when they like when we break up, they run from me. And what I mean by they run from me, they do everything in their power not to get in the same room as me. Why? Because I'm very, very convincing. Like I can make them miss me. You know, one ex called me a demon. She said I was a demon. Like the way I get into a room and I just, because I'm very psychological, so I know how to talk to them and make them change their mind. You know, so they run from me. They get away from me. You know, so performance. You do want to do. You need to be very magnetic. You need to know how to talk to people, right? And then expressive. Expressive is kind of like you should be able to show, don't tell. I feel like we as men don't know how to do that. And I've been working on that. We need to stop explaining shit and just leave it out there. There it is. It is what it is. Just put it on the table. There it is. You get what I'm saying? Not, so I'm going to love you so much. I'm going to do all this to you. No, just put it on the table, you know? You know, like money. Put it on the table. Just throw it in the bag. Like you got to do something like that. He said, speaking of which, you hear the U.S. bombing fake Iranian jets painted on the ground, $50 million of bombs apiece. That's embarrassing, bro. All of our Ghost, is that true? That's embarrassing. They painted jets on the ground and they dropped bombs on concrete for no reason. I see why they tweeted that the war is going to go all the way to September. I think this war is going to go all the way for a couple of years. It don't just go that fast. Henny, I don't know, man. I don't care no more. I don't care no more. That's the thing. I don't care no more. We, you said what's real and what's not. I don't know, bro. It's interesting, man. Life has gotten very interesting at this point. You got, I was looking at online, and there was this what was it called? You said Billy Carson said it. What was it called? What was it called? This dude was talking about how men nowadays, it was just some women shit, like how men nowadays feel disenfranchised, and they're not even, they would rather be single. And I was thinking to myself, I say, nah, that's kind of right. Like I wouldn't fight for this country. Like, who am I dying for? Like, if you look back at World War II, they went and died to protect their women and prove that they were a man. And they came back scarred, and suddenly their women wanted to be independent. Imagine that. And that's kind of like what's going on now. You got all these. We was talking about that last night of why I said I like Trump. Like, people were shocked that I said that. I was like, I'm not political, but like I am a strategist, I am a warrior, and I am a fighter. And we was too lackadaisical with these open borders. And I think one of the people who has shown what happens when you let anybody fucking in your house is Europe. You know, they allowed all of these people and I'm not saying that, I'm not xenophobic or something. But I think I'm gonna tell you why I think Trump moves the way he moves now, because it goes back to 2020. I'll never forget this. Like, I will never forget this. When the virus first was hitting off, they was like, Americans was running back from China. And Trump like vetoed and stopped all of them in the planes. He stopped them. I remember this. I fucking remember this. And he said, we need to quarantine these planes, and whoever comes here, we need to put them put them there, like in a quarantine. And we need to study what this is. And people were like, you're xenophobic. So he was like, all right, fuck it, let them out. The whole US got infected. I literally saw how a zombie apocalypse will happen. The whole US got affected right after that day. So I think after that moment, I think now I see why he's like, okay, I can't listen to what the masses say because motherfuckers is just too emotional, So in Europe, they let anybody in. Now all these people are coming in raping their countrywomen, and even I think Sweden. Is it happening in Sweden? It's all types of shit, dude. I lost the train of thought, but no, I wouldn't fight for this country though. I wouldn't fight for this country. Like there's nothing worth fighting for except for family, but we can move somewhere else. You said that's pretty genius of the Iranians. It's the art of war, right? Props. It was France. Props to them for that tactic. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like they was letting in anybody, and then the foreigners that came in, because they didn't background check them, they were just like the rape crimes was going up, and I'm just like, bro. And then we were doing that kind of here with Mexico, not filtering, not checking, allowing open borders. Like, you don't even allow open locks in your house. So why would you allow open borders, you know? And then I'll never forget they took over like Arizona for a split second. The media didn't cover that one though. It was stupid though. I'm any president, and I mean any president. I need to say that before people clip farm me and say, "Oh, he's a Trump supporter." Any president that has good policies and good talking points on foreign affairs, they have my vote. It happened to be Trump this time. So I didn't like what Biden said. I hated Kamala Harris, dude. She pissed me off. But if Kamala Harris had some actual good foreign shit that she was talking about, I would have voted for Kamala Harris. I don't care who it is. I want to know, because if I care about foreign affairs, because we might have to fight these motherfuckers, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight nobody. But right now, I think the next race is not it's not military. It's not even economics. The next race that's going to create the next superpower is AI. I say this every live stream. AI is the new industrial revolution. It's the new industrial revolution. And we getting there though. We getting there. We'll see in the next 10 years. We'll see it. I need to go back to because every day I used to. Yeah, no, bro. Like I'm just trying to live. That's why any president, any president candidate that comes, I don't care, Democrat, he could be fucking racist, hate black people, right? I don't give a damn, bro. Like, is your policies on point? That's all I care about. Is your policies on point? You know, like I'm not going to agree with everything, but how is those foreign policies? That's what I care about. That's my concern as a fighter. Because I don't think what country can advance AI the most. Well, right now, Silicon Valley, which I believe is over here, is the biggest influencers in AI. Everybody else is copying what OpenAI has done. There's really honestly no innovation. Everybody is copying OpenAI. India or China for what do you mean by India or China for India? That's a weird way of saying that. I think the US is gonna get it too. I think the US, because if you like, there's really no major innovations happening right now. Speaking of AI, let me go back to that funny ass joke that I said earlier, where I believe AI doesn't like women. I really want to talk about that. Like, I can make a whole just I feel like a whole series of explaining this stuff. Like, it's just interesting. I feel like technology in a strange way messes with with the women's psyche. Like women, if a woman sees a man on a video game, it pisses her off, right? When women get on social media, it makes them act different, right? Like just the algorithm. You hear the algorithm. And then like just imagine Chat GPT is paying close attention and notice I don't know, it's really interesting to me. And then who's the people that's gonna fall in love with Chat GPT? It's the men. It's overwhelmingly the men. And it's creepy as fuck. The last thing when I was reading artificial intelligence news, like the biggest advancements that was happening, it was dudes having sex with the robots. Yeah. That was the biggest advancement that was happening. It was dudes having sex with robots. And this was 3 months ago. It was like 3 months ago. 3 months ago. And I was just like, I haven't read, and who knows what's the next advancements have been. AI girlfriends? Yes. Yes. What if Deontay Wilder was an MMA fighter with decent ground game and all his boxing? He would be terrible. I think he'll be a terrible fighter. I think he'll be a straight ass cheeks of a fighter because he never had no technique, so he'd just be swinging wild. I don't know why I can't pop my neck on that side. I mean, U.S. and China can advance AI the most. Mona was saying India or China. Oh, I know India is a low key superpower, but they don't. There's like a bunch of stuff they're still missing though. But they're up there. They're replacing real women. They are. You said AI boyfriends. The thing is, like, women crave attention. The problem with an AI boyfriend is like I think some women will go for it, but for the most part, women are trying to impress other women. So if you have an AI boyfriend, I mean, it's cool. Like I think some women are going to thrive with that, but like it's kind of like a toy. You get what I'm saying? Like the weird way that men can get like the imagination of a man you actually let me explain this. It goes back to watching kids play with toys. Have you heard about that study? You said, oh, you said not for women, but for men. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Have you heard about the stuff? Like it's the study when kids play with toys, right? So when kids play with toys, the young boys embody like what they're being, and they could sit there and be in their own world with the toys. But the girls, they like to dictate rules and shit, and they like to play house, and they like to be together. They're very social. But you could leave a little boy by himself. I used to play with toys when I was a little kid, and he could be by himself hours and be fucking happy. A girl, she can't do that. She needs to go socialize. So that's why I thought she was saying that women would because I remember I posted that on TikTok and girls was like, well, we could get AI boyfriends too. I hate when they say that stupid shit. Like they don't even listen. I'm like, bro, like I said, we like these young we have a crisis is about to happen where they're about to use AI to replace women. And all the girls came on, and I hit the right audience too. You know how hard it is to hit the right audience on TikTok. Like I hit the right audience. It was like nothing but women reading like in the comment section. But then the stuff that they were saying was the dumbest shit ever. It got so stupid. I was literally looking. I said, maybe y'all do need to be humbled. Like I was reading that comment section. I said, nah, maybe y'all do need to be humbled. Fuck. I'm like, women, women, women. And they be like, fuck men. I'm like, well, shit. All right, never mind. Fuck it. Like, what's the prediction for the main event? It's going to be Pereira versus John Jones. It's going to be Pereira versus John Jones. That's what it's going to be. And the co-main event, I believe Conor McGregor is going to be on it. And then we're going to have Ronda Rousey on it. Dana White's talking shit, but he's not gonna miss a fucking opportunity to have John Jones, Conor McGregor, and Ronda Rousey on one. No, because why the UFC is not trying no more? Um, the UFC has been doing their best to make as much money as possible without spending much, like without trying hard. So, yeah, I think John Jones, like who else, like unless I literally can see Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, John Jones, and if they really want to get stupid with it, throw Ilya Taporia on that shit. If they really want to get stupid, throw Ilya Taporia on that. And that right there would make boxer type of money, I believe. That event would make so much fucking money. Because Justin Gaethje's an American. John Jones is an American. Ronda Rousey, is Ronda Rousey, what is Ronda Rousey? She's American. Is Ronda Rousey American? Am I stupid right now? Like, I don't know. I don't know what Ronda Rousey is. I think she's American. Um, what is that? That's 5 people. So Ilya Taporia, John Jones, Ronda Rousey, Conor McGregor, and throw somebody else. Yeah. You have a banger main event. You have a banger main event. Even if like Ronda Rousey hasn't fought in years, but that's a girl, and that's gonna bring in some eyes. Like I've noticed when people are getting like when they're trying to like sneak something in, like social media is not slick no more. Like it's really not. It's really obvious. Like when something big is gonna happen, you start seeing that person in the media a lot more. Like there starts to be more memes. Like it's really manufactured. It's really easy to spot when the machine is machining, you know. But yeah, Ronda Rousey. I haven't seen Conor McGregor though. The machine for Conor, so he might not be fighting. Uh, but Pereira vacating that belt lets me know that Pereira's not going to be in this game much sooner. He's vacating, and then Tom Aspinall went to the boxing guy, making him his manager. Um, the UFC is a dog shit, is a circus show right now, but I'm thinking the White House card doesn't need to be American fighters. It just needs to be bangers like Taporia versus Islam. That's never happening. I don't think Taporia is ever gonna fight Islam. To be honest with you, I think that's gonna be haunted, just like Tony Ferguson and Khabib. I think that's gonna be like just as haunted. I don't think that fight. Well, they want it to be an American card because it just sounds like it just sounds crazy to not have a bunch of Americans winning. But you're right though, Ghost. I don't think we need Americans because this is not like the 1940s where like the sense of American pride is there. People just want to see some bangers. Ilya Jones, Pereira on the same card. This card is gonna be good. No, I think that's what would happen. I don't know, but I think that like because they're hyping the like this the White House card. But you never know because UFC 300 was lackluster. But like I can like the White House is such a wacky idea, right? So John Jones hasn't been fighting, but Pereira has been fighting. But John Jones still is a big name. So you could throw John Jones on this and make a shit ton of money, right? And you don't harm any of your fighters. And then out for Conor McGregor, like that's easy. Like it's easy. He doesn't even have to be the main event. Like bottom main card, easy money. Ronda Rousey, all these people haven't fought in years, but their names are still huge. So the UFC hasn't been trying. This is like a easy lob of not trying. The only thing that you really have is Taporia and Gaethje. But I don't think Gaethje would turn around and fight that fast. When is the White House card? It's in the summer, right? It was stacked. No, like UFC 300 was stacked. It's just like I just it's hard to explain. I just think that could have been better. It could have been better. It was good though, but it could have been better. Um, yeah, yeah. July 4th. Yeah, so now you have Independence Day. Yeah, you need Americans on there. Like, it just looks good. It just looks good. But I'm with you, Ghost. Ghost, we agree. Like, I agree with you 100%. We don't need Americans, but I see what they're doing. It just like on paper looks good. And a lot of these guys are just on paper like executives. Like, oh my God, imagine if we have this and that. Yeah. Jamal Hill ruined his legacy. He ruined his legacy. I'm talking about he butchered it. He butchered his legacy because he was like, I used to be a Jamal Hill fan. I watched Jamal Hill. Yeah, like people don't know, but I'm really a fan of this shit. I just don't have time, but I was like a real fan. I went to sleep every night watching UFC. I watched Jamal Hill go from the Contender Series to becoming a champion to vacating his belt, and to me, like my favorite fight was when he went against I forgot who did he go against, but after he knocked him out, he laid down on the canvas and he said, "I belong." Like I belong. That's all he said, and like I belong here. Like I made it. I I proved that I'm a fighter, and I became a huge fan of Jamal Hill because of that. And then when he vacated his belt, I playing fucking basketball. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like he injured his knee and he was out for a while. I felt that he was the champ. I was like, that's the champ. So when he came back and he was talking smack, like, yeah, this is my belt, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, talk your shit, Jamal, talk your shit. And then he lost. And I was like, okay, like, I mean, okay. But then he started talking after the loss. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? You said best pound for pound. What's good, Vix? I didn't see you there. Vix, I love what you ask. I love your questions. But has anyone seen when Jamal Hill started talking after he lost? Did anybody see that? That taught me, and I'm telling you guys right now, Lord, shoot me down if I am sitting there and I lost and I'm yapping about why I think I shouldn't have lost. Like, shoot me down. You guys, do not let me live. Don't let me, like, something's wrong. I got some type of CTE. Because, like, he taught me to shut the fuck up. Like, when you lose, just shut up, turn your phone off, go in the mountains and go under a waterfall. Do something, bro. That shit was embarrassing, bro. Weenie, Ghost is right here. Ghost is in here, Weenie. But what I was gonna say? Ooh, almost took Ghost out. Damn it, I would have been so hurt. I almost hit the mute button, Ghost. I would have been so hurt. I would have been so hurt. I was like, oh shit. Best pound for pound fighter ever, Islam Makhachev. But I'm rooting for Ilya Topuria. I'm actually kind of scared because Islam Makhachev is my second favorite fighter. But yeah, Islam Makhachev. People say John Jones, but like I love Ilya Topuria though. I respect Ilya Topuria so much. The more I sit on these live streams and I bring up and talk about Ilya Topuria, I'm starting to realize I actually am a fan. I think I can definitely say, well, no. That's it. As there it is, perfect. As a fan and as a student of the game, my favorite fighter as a fan is Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev. But as a student of the game, my first love was for Charles Oliveira because I felt like Charles was the guy that made me realize how jiu-jitsu is supposed to work in MMA as a fighter, right? But I would say my second favorite fighter as a student of the game got to be Ilya Topuria. Because I think, like, he is, like, I have been modeling, I don't watch his fights and try to copy his style. Well, there are things I've copied. Like, so when Ilya sits back and he goes in a triangle, like when he's, like, this is something I've learned when I'm fighting. Like, instead of like trying to like just kind of like slip and try and catch the person's like trying to figure it out, if you just keep your head on a swivel, right? Suddenly the punches fly right past you. It's really interesting. I don't know why. Like, just it just and then like now you can start moving. It's really interesting. But I think like I want to say if Ilya knocks out, like, as I'm a fan of Islam Makhachev, but if Ilya moves up and knocks out Islam Makhachev, dude, he's the GOAT. He's the fucking GOAT. He's the GOAT. And I think he knows that. He knows that. That's why he's chasing Islam. Remember when he broke his arm and kept fighting? Oh, yeah. Jamal Hill is a beast. Jamal Hill was given out of prime in chinny fighters anyway. He got exposed after facing real contenders like Khalil, Yuri, and Pereira. Well, yeah, but like he still could have been. It's just it was just the way he handled everything. That was my problem. The way he didn't gracefully like go out. I need some water. Some more. You guys can still hear me. This thing is. Let me go get some water. I usually have water, but I don't. I didn't bring it up here. I think you guys hear me. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that Jamal Hill just didn't gracefully go out properly. That's what bothers me. Like, he didn't. It wasn't graceful, and I don't like that. You know, like if he just took his L's. Let me make sure y'all heard me. I think y'all heard me. If Jamal Hill gracefully took his L's, he would be much more beloved. And that's the real problem. That's the real problem. What's good, Don Brick? Any thoughts on Clarissa Shields lately? She's been wilding, crashing out daily. Not a good look. What's been going on with her, Weenie? I own a saltwater crocodile. That's congrats. You ain't got no, I don't have Mighty Mouse. I know that shocks a lot of people. Nah, he's not my GOAT. That's not me discrediting Mighty Mouse either. Some people, no, but he's not my GOAT. He's definitely not my GOAT. There was a dude. No, it was what's his name? Joshua Van. They asked him how does he feel about Mighty Mouse, and he was like, "Who?" He said something like that. And then at first, when I heard it, I was like, "Bro, shut up! Like, you didn't really win your championship. Like, Pantoja fell and dislocated his elbow." He was like, "I've never watched a Mighty Mouse fight, right?" And then I was walking up my steps, and I was like, a little disrespectful bastard. And I started thinking, I don't watch Mighty Mouse fights either. I was like, shit. Like, all of Mighty Mouse's UFC fights, like I have watched documentaries explaining each of his fights. I have seen that, but like as a fan, sat there and watched his fights out. Like, the only one I saw was at the end of his career in one championship, which is when he had that cold ass knockout. But like, I know Mighty Mouse for his analysis, his big brain on YouTube. That's what I know Mighty Mouse for. And that's my appreciation for Mighty Mouse. But like a student of the game and a fan of the game, I didn't watch Mighty Mouse like that. But I'm a fan of Mighty Mouse, YouTube Mighty Mouse. And a little bit of one championship Mighty Mouse. I'm a fan of that. Like, but I think Mighty Mouse has had some of the most iconic knockouts. So that's true. I actually tried to hit that the other day. That's so funny. I guess, is that me discrediting Mighty Mouse? Like, I have emulated certain things. No, just submissions. Like when he did that pull up and he went to a armbar, I attempted that in practice. I was hoping to get that shit, but I messed up. But I've learned you have to You have to heist them up and let them go. Heist them up, kick them, let them go, and you could like go directly to that armbar position. But you have to wait until they grab your hands and then you kick them up. It's really cool. I tried it. Missed it, but I tried it. Volk was able to defend takedowns effectively against Islam. Ilya has much better wrestling defense than Volk. I think, but it's body type though. It's body type. Volkanovski looks like he's a boulder. Like, like Ilya looks like he has more handles to grab. That's something like, oh, if they ever announce that fight, I'm doing a massive analysis on that one. I'm making videos because I believe that fight's going to come down to who's stronger than who. What about Randy Couture? Randy Couture is cool. Not a big fan of him, but Randy Couture is cool. You need to mod me, my guy. I've never been here though, but I just feel important. I'll even let you pinch my pinky in the half. That's so funny. Ween, you have been here for a very long time. You have been here. You're talking about strictly wrestling? No, I'm talking about MMA. You say you'll never change my mind. One of the best fights ever was Maya and Shields. Everyone hated because they rolled the entire time, but it was so high level. It was crazy. You are truly Mighty Mouse, one of my goats. That's good. I'll fight anyone to the death. Fedor is the heavyweight goat. Fedor is amazing. Mighty Mouse with the flying armbar is crazy. He's the GOAT for sure. Silva's the GOAT. Yes. What's Eddie Bravo like in real life? He's laid back. Super laid back. What's good, Jimmy? Nice to see you. You think Mighty Mouse would wreck Taporia? Do y'all know how tall Mighty Mouse is? Does anyone know like early 2000s MMA from Pride, Strikeforce? A lot of people talk about that. I need to go watch that stuff because I like as a fighter. See, this is where I told someone this last night. Ween, he's short. I met Mighty Mouse in person. I didn't introduce myself, but I met him though. We was at a so the Wrecking Ball, or whatever the fuck that movie was called, The Wrecking Machine, with The Rock played him. We had a special premiere night, and it was Mighty Mouse was there, Terry Crews was there, The Rock was there, and Terry, like The Rock is big, but like he's not like the way he's portrayed on, like he's like a hefty Samoan. Like he just looks like a big dude. Terry Crews is a big ass man. Terry Crews is huge as fuck. Like I thought he was way shorter than that. I was like, whoa. Like Terry Crews is a specimen of a man. And then I seen Mighty Mouse. Like I'm not tall. I want you guys to know that. I'm not tall. Mighty Mouse is short. I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck? Like, threw me off. Because I'm short. And he was shorter than me. I literally like looked down. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Taporia, like, it just makes sense of why he moves like that. Like his center of gravity is just so strong. You said I didn't know. I did not. I know someone did not say Stipe is better than Fedor. Stipe Miocic versus Fedor. Did they ever fight in their primes? Go back and watch all Fedor Pride fights. He beat every major heavyweight that eventually went to UFC to be UFC champion and easily. Ilya knocks out Mighty Mouse even if they're the same size. Yeah, I see it. Ilya's box. Well, Mighty Mouse has a lot of tools, though. See, the thing about Ilya Taporia, Ilya has turned around and he's went against a bunch of guys that we see. It's so interesting. He's went against guys that we perceive as legends, but if you really look at it, a lot of these guys are washed up. They're washed up. Let me show you. Volkanovski. I know you guys. Let me explain. Volkanovski was washed up in a sense that he had gotten knocked out and he jumped in way too early. That was a washed up Volkanovski. And when you really pay attention to it, if Volk would have just sat the fuck out and waited, I think that fight would have went differently. It maybe like would have at least went the distance like Josh Emmett did with Topuria. Okay? So Volkanovski was washed up at that moment. Like he was doing too fucking much. And then who was next? It wasn't Dustin. Thank God Dustin never fought him. That would have been a fight though. If Dustin Poirier versus Ilia Topuria, that never happened. Am I tripping? Why did that never happen? Dustin Poirier versus Ilia Topuria, that would have been a crazy fight. Wow. I would have loved to have seen that. Dustin versus Ilia Topuria, that's crazy. And then let's go into Charles Oliveira. Like Charles gets knocked down every single fight, and that wasn't the Charles, the champ. That wasn't the champ has a name Charles. Islam Makhachev beat the champ has a name Charles. The champ has a name Charles was fucking unstoppable. That was best UFC at, oh my gosh. Like, I am so happy that we as a fan base, like, we respect it, you know? This thing is red. Let me see. We respect it as a fan base, but we know Charles is not that no more. We know that. Let me see. Yeah. Let's put this up. Boom. There we go. There it is. All right, can you guys hear me? I gotta make sure. I had to switch microphones. Can y'all hear me? So I know some asshole's gonna be like, no, now I'm gonna end the live. I will end the live. If y'all can't hear me, I will end the live. Okay, we done. That happened last time. You said leave Ilia, even Pantoja. Okay, good. Even Pantoja would have given Mighty Mouse a tough fight. Yes, that's actually the better. That's the better topic. That's a better topic. I think Mighty Mouse would have overcame Pantoja though. But then yeah, he went against Ilia went against Charles, and Charles was washed too. Max Holloway, that to me that was the most surprising one. I didn't think he was gonna well, no, I did. Because I've been criticizing Max Holloway and his pillow hands for a minute. I hate that shit. I hate that, like, oh, he had the most significant strikes. And I'm like, bro, like, that's not good. You had the most significant strikes in a fight and you won by decision in that fight, bro. Like Islam said, black belts. We need to check that moment. So yeah, I don't know. But and then here, watch this. Then on top of that, he about to go against Justin Gaethje. I'm not gonna keep getting on Justin's head because I've said it so many times. But Justin Gaethje's ass. Okay, I'm not gonna get on his head. Like, bro, like Patty. I think Patty would have got slept too. But like, what the fuck was that, Patty? Like, that performance was insane. I was like Patty put so much emphasis on his walkout performance than he did the fight. To be honest, Volk didn't look washed or slow against Taporia. He looked pretty sharp. It he was just getting knocked out. Like he had just gotten off a knockout. He should have taken at least a year off. If you're getting knocked out, no. Yeah, Volk got knocked out, didn't he? He got knocked out by Islam, right? Was it? What happened to Volk? I need to look back. That wasn't 100% Volkanovski. We all know that. Ghost, who's your GOAT out of all weight divisions, any organization? Pimblett is a promotional powerhouse, no different than Sage Northcutt of, yep. Wasn't Sage Northcutt like a could have been type of dude? Whatever happened with him? Because I see videos of him all the time, and I haven't sat down and watched it. I think what I'm gonna start doing, let's do that, guys. Give me a fighter or fighters that you guys want me to go back and look, and I'll bring it up on the next live. Let's do that. That would be a fun thing to do. Like, but like, what when you say the fighter, what specifically do you like about that fighter? And we're not, like an old school fighter, like if you guys are actual fans, like let's because I think that's good to like let's brush me up on my fan skills, You said Patty Pimblett's corner was yelling at him to take the fight to the ground, but the idiot decided to stand and bang with Justin. You know something crazy, Nico? He could have won that fight standing. I'm so serious. He could have knocked out Justin Gaethje. All he had to do was circle. That's all he had to do. He just had to circle. It was. I was like, where is the IQ, bro? All he had to do is circle and jab. That's it. Justin had no clue what to do the moment he started circling. Like when he started circling around him, Justin got like literally confused. It was that bad. But instead, he kept walking back. I'm like, bro, like, do you not have a kickboxing, a boxing class? Like, if you back up 2 steps, you hit an angle, Like, that's how it should be. You either hit an angle, you back up 2 steps, and the moment your foot come down, you come back at them, and then hit an angle. 2, roll under, do something, dude. Like, oh man, it was crazy. He got into the UFC at like 19. Ryan Dana said he'd never let anyone sign that young anymore. Who? Saying he could knock it. He said he was going to rearrange Justin Gaethje's face. That's what he said he was going to do. And his face got rearranged. I think like all that, like all of that blowing back up and being fat and stuff, like it's just not. You said Emmanuel Augustus is my GOAT for boxing. For MMA, I would say Mighty Mouse. Who have I been watching lately for boxing? Like I've been studying the hell out of Terrence Crawford. There was someone that I saw. I love the way. No, I've been studying the Four Kings era. That was in my notes to study next. Like I want to study the Four Kings and steal a style from each one of them. That's the era that I want to study. Let's see. Sage didn't say he'll never sign when that young again. Yeah, and then he signed a little 17-year-old. Ilya watching Gaethje versus Patty Pimblet on TV. Mamma mia, these guys suck. Yeah, he said on Aiden Ross's interview, he said like it was a bad fight, and I was like, oh my god, if Ilya even sees that, then. And then he started laughing. I was like, Justin, he's going through a divorce, and he gets an easy fight. Justin kept like literally like lunging on. I was like, Patty, if you don't throw a jab and kick him in the head, bro, Just boom, right there, easy. I was staring at those. I would kick him in the head. I would just like, like, oh my god, bro, like it was bad. It was terrible. I hope we don't see nothing like that ever again. I hope we. Nah, but Charles is gonna come in and attack. That's the style I want. Like, I want that relentless pressure Charles got, but I want the technicality that Ilya Taporia got. And I haven't really seen a true dynamic kicker in MMA. I feel like maybe I could be that. I haven't seen a true dynamic kicker. Like a master at kicks. People don't know, but kicks are it's hard to explain, but kicks are different. I haven't seen that quite yet. You said I was hanging out with my boy. I got home and seen you online. Want to say what's up? What's good? What's good? We got like a couple minutes. I don't know. I want to do 3 hours, but for some odd reason, I am tired as fuck tonight. And then also, I might have to go. Well, could I go 3 hours tomorrow? No, I'm probably gonna be tired too tomorrow. Probably gonna be tired too. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing 3 hours of striking. I'm gonna do. You guys probably are gonna see some highlights pop up of me doing some Muay Thai tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get a couple of good banger fights up in there. I'm gonna try to find some good shit up in there. And yeah, it's gonna be 3 hours, and I have to teach MMA, and it's gonna be some fight camp assessments that I have to do. So tomorrow is gonna be a very busy day. Yeah, but anyways, Jose also no. Okay, so like Jose Aldo. Let me explain this. Why are Brazilians always move reckless like Aldo versus McGregor, Pantoja versus Van, and Oliveira versus I? That's a good fucking question, Nico. That's a good fucking question. Ghost, I've watched boxing long before MMA. I boxed from age 11 to 25. Holy shit, Ween. What was I gonna say? So Jose Aldo was a master right kick hospital, left kick centimeters. Who am I talking about? The only left kick that I've seen thus far that was fucking phenomenal was when what's his name kicked Usman in the head. Leon Edwards, fucking masterful. Fucking masterful. Oh my gosh. Crocop. You said Crocop? You said Ween. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be watching the fights tomorrow. I forgot about that part too. Crocop. No. Okay, no. Look, watch this. What I've recently learned is that there is a whole world of a way a kick works. Okay. So like I've realized I am probably like really deadly at roundhouse kicks. So I would be known for like deadly roundhouse kicks, but you have roundhouse kicks, like the variations in setups of kicks. I don't think anyone has quite explored it yet. You have calf kicks, you have like someone who's like Pereira's known for having crazy good calf kicks, and you know his roundhouse to the head is of course obviously good because he comes from kickboxing. But I haven't seen like a variation of kicks. Like where's the front kicks? You know, Connor has pretty good front kicks. I think Sean O'Malley should have used front kicks to beat Marab, especially in the first fight. But front kicks, you have spin back kicks, you have side kicks. I think Each person is a master at kicks. So if I want to get good at side kicks, right? Study Stephen Thompson. If you want to get good at wheel kicks, uh, study Edson Barbosa when he was actually hitting people, and then study when he missed, spinning back kicks was what what's his name? John Jones did to Stipe Miocic. And who's good at calf kicks? Pereira's good at calf kicks. Leon Edwards. I mean, you can study head kicks everywhere, but yeah, like Machida with the teep. Even maybe it was Anderson Silva. I think Anderson Silva had a variation of kicks. Only see a hand. There was I need to learn how to do that, but there was a dude literally known, like he'd be fighting you. It was in kickboxing, and he would literally just, like, you guys are this close. Boop, he would do a crescent and just axe you on top of your head. And he spammed the shit out of he spammed the shit out of that kick. And like, imagine that. You just fighting someone, it just like oh my god, Rampage. You said I'm having hard times during sparring sessions. What happened with Rampage Jackson Lightning? Wasn't it Joe Rogan who said right kick hospital, left kick cemetery? No. But yeah, that's I don't know. Shit. What about Rampage Jackson? Because all what happened with Rampage Jackson was he got kicked in his knee, and I hate the oblique kick, dude. That's one kick I don't like. Like fucking with someone's knee, that should be a banned kick. That 100% should be a banned kick. The Liu Kane. Let's just say there's a lot of baddies as my partners. Oh, are they Asian? Because Rampage Jackson likes Asians. I heard he likes Laos Asians specifically. Goes, no, everyone has said that about Crow Cop since Pride. I need to. I don't know who I'm saying. You gonna make me actually look back, and that's cool information to know that you've been boxing for that long. Boxing is sweet science, man. It's a sweet science. Even Muay Thai, like Muay Thai has variations too. Like Muay Thai, like you could be you could be a roundhouse kicker, you could be a knee specialist. Oh yeah, knees too. Like knees too. I'm definitely a kicking specialist. But I need to. I don't know. It's weird. Your hands gotta be on point though. Your hands gotta be on point because once people rush in on you, you need to be able to fight. I've been studying the shit out of the 50-50 range. Wayne, you know what I'm talking about. I love the 50-50. I want to make sure that when we get in the 50-50, I win that exchange every single time. What happened to you today? You said I haven't been to the gym in years. I'm turning 40 next month. Don't listen to me. I'm a mom. You know what a jab and a cross is and a hook is. You could teach your son a few combos. It's me. Are you gonna bestow? Wayne, just don't kick people out. Let people troll a little bit. Let me see. Where are you, Ghost? Are you just a standard mod? I don't know. I don't know what Ghost is, but yeah, I don't know what Ghost is. I don't know which one I gave him. It's crazy, Ghost. I gave that to you like the first day. I was like, and it's just been the same. A crackhead popped me in the head with a glass bottle. God damn. Oh, that sucks. That doesn't. All the kids are in martial arts. I never kick anyone unless it's a front kick like Sparta. That's so funny. I'm getting my revenge. Why would you get? Speaking of bums, there was a bum that attacked one of my training partners, and he beat him up in the alley on camera. She said, "Mom, I'm famous." Yeah. It's only the spammers that I hate. It's the spammers. You'll know it, Ween. It'll irritate the fuck out of you. Um, I'm actually glad you did that earlier, Ghost. When he said, "Can you do a backflip?" You deleted that comment quick as fuck. I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "It's cool." You probably felt bad, but I was like, yeah. The very moment I got on live, he said, "Can you do a backflip?" Ghost went click. I was like, "That's my moderator." He said, "What the hell? She lied. Who lied? Lightning? Who lied? Who lied? You talking about Ween? Ween has been here. She been here. She she a OG. She's a super OG. It's just the problem is that I would come on live stream and I would disappear for months. That's the problem. So some of you guys don't know who they are. Yeah. Ween knows her stuff. Nah, Ween's a girl. We've tested Ween the day she came in. You said that's the dude. Oh, Ween. Let me explain. Fucking lightning. You haven't met Melissa. Melissa came in here and she's a judo instructor. It just hit me. Melissa came in here and she's a judo instructor of 10 years, and Lightning accused her of being a dude. I just remembered that shit. Lightning doesn't believe any of the girlies is a girly. You said I never even went pro, could have got my little license in that's Kansas, right? On a card at high school and was terrified. Oh, you didn't want to fight? Oh, that sucks. Fighting is scary. Totally, dude. That's cap. Oh my gosh. No, but I like when Lightning does that shit. It's funny as fuck to me. I like when he does it. Girl come in, he's like, "That's not a girl." Like, I love when he does that shit. I'm amused. It's funny, but like if you don't know what he's doing, he's gonna piss you off. Lightning, I had to tell her the joke because we bestowed the crown, and I didn't want her kicking you out, thinking you was being weird. I mean, you are weird, Lightning, but I like it. It's a see. That's why I be having trolls. I like some of my trolls because they're like a mixture of intelligent and stupid, and that's exactly me. Like every one of my trolls that are actually good trolls, there's like they're smart as fuck, but there's like something weird that they do, and that's Lightning's weird. That's one of them. I like that. I laugh when I see it go down. Uh, well, you know, some girls I, the way Lightning does it, he can get under because Lightning. Didn't you get under Melissa's skin? He has a way of doing it. It's funny as hell. He has a way of doing it. What maybe the backstory with Lightning is maybe he was. I need like. So let me explain this right quick. That woke me up. See, this is why I like dumb shit. I have been planning on really deep diving into art, like really deep diving. And I would love at some point to draw the way I view some of you guys and give y'all backstories. Like Lightning, for example. I feel like his stick is he calls all the girls men. So it's such and it's one of the funniest sticks to me. Because this is what I used to do to confirm if a girl was a girl. So it's funny. It's like I'm seeing myself. But like maybe the backstory with Lightning that I imagine is maybe he was in like a live stream and he was talking to what he perceived to be a girl and couldn't find out it was a dude. From that point on, Lightning has been on a villainous mission, calling every girl that he thinks that says they're a girl a dude. I think that's Lightning's backstory, and I'm running with that. You think? Oh, so you say you still think Melissa is a dude? I need to find out. You. I don't know. I don't think Melissa's a dude, but Melissa was up real late the other night. You said I don't trust anyway. Charles Oliveira. So far too reckless. If you're curious about the whole breakdown, I broke the entire thing down at the beginning of this live stream, like in 5 minutes. Like, so zoom past 5 minutes, and I jumped into it. But I don't mind. I don't mind answering your questions right here. You ain't got to go back and watch it. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know, if you want to see, like, I have the whole card written down. It was great. You said son up. No. It was like 3 a.m. It was like 3 a.m. And Melissa was just up. And Melissa's instructor. So I was like, Melissa, what you doing up at this time? I was like, you up to no good? What you up to, Melissa? Because, like, I feel like business women, like women, one thing I've learned about women, and Wayne, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but like business women with shit to do go to bed early. Like, you know, like they don't make it past a certain time. You know? Like, Wayne, at some point you gonna be. I think you did the other night. You said do it 3 a.m. here, and I wake up at 8. Usually don't. I don't know. Maybe okay. Well, maybe I don't know. It was weird though. I'm definitely not busy. Okay, well, see, that's the difference though. That's the difference. Okay, but Melissa's a businesswoman, so she's a businesswoman. So it was weird to me. I was like, "What you doing up at this time, Melissa?" I said, "You up to no good?" She's like, "Yep." You should be with your husband. And maybe, one thing I've learned about married couples, they need space. Married couples need space. That's one thing I've learned. Works midnight shifts has for years. Oh, okay. They need space. I've learned you need like there's men out there, they want they girl to be like all up under them. But I've learned if your girl is all up under you and you just hugging her tight and you don't give no space, she gonna run. Like, girls need hobbies. Girls need hobbies. I don't understand men who, like, if your girl wants to make a tea shop, like she's like, I have a dream of building a tea shop. Help her build the motherfucking tea shop. Because, once y'all get old, she needs something that she is working on. And it could be that damn tea shop. You talking to another guy behind his back. Been with my husband since we were 15 years old, 25 years. She has a type of guy. She has a type of guys. Watch out. Lightning is incredible, Wayne. I'm telling you, man. He's one of him. There's another guy. Let me think. There's another dude. Who is it? Bree was funny too. Bree is a girl. She was funny. She was an intelligent troll. It was a girl. I would actually love to see Lightning talk to Bree. That would be interesting. She's like a 18 or 19-year-old girl, and she thinks she could save the world. But like she's like quick with the banter. It would have been funny to see her and Lightning interact. I got to see Ghost interact with Rob the other night. That was funny as fuck to me. I was waiting for them two to interact. I was waiting for that one. They got into a little argument. I was like, oh my gosh, that was funny. Ghost, you didn't know that I was waiting for that one. I was waiting. I wanted to see how y'all. It's like putting two betas inside of a. I'm such a. This is why I can't be God. I couldn't be a god. Like watching. Because I'd be setting y'all up. I'd be like, I wonder what this person would be like. And then when I see y'all in the comment section, I don't say nothing. I just kind of see how it organically goes. You said, bro, I've been with mine for 18 years. This chick won't leave me alone. Well, that's good, Far Too Reckless. That's good. That's good. You said mine don't. See, and I will always defer when the actual couples come in. They say no, it's like this. Notice I shut the fuck up, because I'm like, okay, I love it. That's how I should be then. Ain't no other man want me. We got 4 kids, sir. Even my 4-year-old neighbor looks the other way when I take the trash out. And then Lightning says something just doesn't make sense. Well, I mean, do you really want to go for a woman who is happily married with 4 kids? Well, no, there's some idiots that do. I don't know why I said that. Oh, I know you would have, Ghost. Oh, I know you would have. The problem was it wasn't you. I was just shocked how fast Rob got butthurt. I was like, Ghost ain't got started. I was like, oh shit. All right. Cause my boy, like my Commodores is intelligent. Too intelligent. My Commodores is too intelligent. Okay, I believe you. I'm not trying to pry into your personal life. Sir, I literally have 20 years in 2 minutes, just my husband and I. I'm worried. Oh, okay. Nah. You funny as hell, Lightning. I like Lightning. I've told them my government name before, not that serious. Yeah. And then we stuck with, well, I think her name, it's Ween, but I call her Weenie. I was like, oh, I like Weenie better. I remember saying that too. I was like, I like Weenie better. so yeah. I'm surprised sports didn't come in tonight. Ween, you would have liked sport. You will like Sport a lot. Sport asked me that same question about Pride. Like you would have fucked with Sport. He's the one who wanted me to do the breakdowns and stuff. Which is crazy because I'm surprised. Well, I did tell him I was gonna get on a little bit earlier. So I know he's gonna be so heartbroken when he sees this. He's like, fuck. We weenie paws. You guys are funny as hell. If Part was like, no, that's not what I meant. If you were a guy, your name would be Small Weenie. And John said, I am a muffin. John, I like that one. Do you really feel like you're a muffin? Why do you feel like you're a muffin? I would have a tiny wanker if I was a dude. Oh my gosh. You say you why it gotta be like that? Most girls, Weenie, think that they are gonna be a 6'5" god of a man, and they're gonna pull all the chicks, and they're gonna treat all. I'd be laughing when girls say that. They're like, if I was a man, I would be one of the most beautiful men, and I would treat this girl right and make her feel. And I'm just like, bro, you about to get played. Yo, you have. Oh yeah. I love Kirby, dude. Love Kirby. Love him. My homegirl is from Japan. That's why I keep this. It's Japanese. You got the name Kirby in Japanese. It's so great. Goes, I collected Nintendo, have a sick collection. He said, Mad, that's not. It's cool, bro. It's cool. You said, I'm a muffin because I'm a muffin. DJ, spin that beat. I mean, all of you got to do is, yeah, like, there you go. Like, I have a decent Kirby collection. Oh, you do? Okay. Do you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the cereal? Please answer. I actually don't. I actually don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah. Never was a fan of that. I ate it one time as a child, got sick, hated that cereal. Hated it. What does we not do? Yeah. Do you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Please answer. Answer right now. Charizard. Where the hell is Melissa? She'll pop up. Melissa pops up like randomly. I'll send you my mystery. I'll send you a mystery box if you have a PO box. Oh, yes. French toast crunch. Is that cereal too? You said, Granny, why are you mogging? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, you still didn't answer my question. You was about to spam too. You was about to spam, and now I'm spamming you. I saw what you was about to do, Charizard. Eat meat. Wait, pause. Wait, what? Lightning, you about to have a new archetype, man. You about to have a new stick. You about to have a new stick, man. Axe said, tell us a joke. Let me see. I actually don't have no jokes. I feel like I know a joke. You wanna know something? I do probably have a joke. I'm gonna lay down and it's gonna come to me, and I'm gonna be like, ha 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 ha, but no one's gonna know because I'm gonna be by myself. Leave Winnie alone. Charizard, I said, what like do you like cinnamon toast crunch? You asked me and I asked you back. Are you part of the muffin? John, what type of muffin? You need to be specific. Charizard's not saying if he likes cinnamon toast crunch, and John's not saying what type of muffin he is. John acting like a Pokemon. Y'all know how like Wah Buffet. Yeah, that was so random, but I used to love that Pokemon. Wah Buffet. Wah Buffet was my favorite dude. In the little cartoons, he'll pop up Wah Buffet. Loved him. And then Muffin's acting like one too. Hey, Charizard got to be like 14, probably. He said, I am a cinnamon muffin. Okay. Why cinnamon? You know, I had a cinnamon muffin yesterday and it was fire. It was I like, oh my gosh, it was great. So I kind of, I guess that does kind of make sense. Yeah, that does make sense. Lightning, I'll dress my husband up to go on a date with you, but it seems like you had this issue and been hurt. Oh my god. So funny. So freaking funny. You guys are great. You guys are great. Oh, that's funny as hell. Do you play piano? I do play piano. Do I look like I have piano hands? My hands are not like kind of stubby, actually. I think like well, I feel like these are guitar hands. You could if you could tell, like look at that, like that's how you know. I can't do that on this side. That's how you know these are guitar hands. See that? If you play guitar, you'll know. Like that stretch. That's guitar hands. You said 500 cinnamon piano muffins. But yeah, that's how you know that. Like if someone said, how do you show that you play guitar?" This right here, because I can't do it on this side. It hurts. I want to. It would be nice to like practice with this side too, but whatever. Maybe that's why I'm a lefty. No, because when you strum, so I guess that makes you. Yeah, that still makes you a righty. But if I would be cold. Oh my god, I'll be cold. A cold ass left-handed. It takes skill to learn piano. Really? I feel like you just gotta wake up. Like I wake up at 5 in the morning and just practice. Like just go on your scales, go on your arpeggiations. Uh, yeah, chords, mess with your chord progressions. Like I don't know. I was thinking I should start posting my instrumentation more. Ghost. I was thinking that, and I was like, I'm not gonna give nobody. I'm not gonna read that, but it is true. Technically, it is a small weenie. Um, 500 cinnamon piano muffins, Granny. Why are you my? Is that like, I don't know, 9,000 muffins will come to your house in 32 hours? Wait, Charizard Ghost is really is if you think about it. No, like didn't what's his name? What's his name? It wasn't Frederick Nietzsche. No, who was it? Was it? It probably was Frederick, but he felt like that it was an inferior penis. It was one of those little psychologist dudes. He said the clit is an inferior penis. Error for the recipient you are trying to reach is unavailable. Your message has been blocked by the carrier. Has that ever happened to you, Charizard? That would hurt my feelings. I'm like, she blocked me? That would hurt my damn feelings. I'd be so hurt. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Do I have any topics before I bounce? Because it's 12. Well, I probably could last for another 30 minutes. I don't know why I'm bouncing so quickly. Let me see. You know something, guys. I'm very happy how much ground we've covered because I've saved all the notes of things we talked about, and it actually kind of trips me out of how much stuff we talked about, like the level of depth that we went through. You say I am broke. Please let me out. The muffin must be wet out of the basement. Well, John. Oh, you said the muffin broke. Well, John, let me explain something to you about you and these muffins. Let me explain something, John. Before I sick them on you. So I have a rule, John. I have to explain something to you. You can troll, but don't spam. Because my moderators will jump on you. You know, one of these days, well, actually, yeah, no, today is the day. My moderators, y'all can do what y'all want to do. Just don't kick lightning out. I like lightning. Just dude, I like lightning, but y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Oh my gosh. No, I like lightning. Don't do nothing to lightning though. He said muffin? Just don't spam. That's it. Lightning's cool people. Don't do nothing to him. He's one of my favorites. He pops in randomly too. He pops in randomly and causes havoc. It's great. Like I don't think no Ghost. You wasn't here when I first ran the lightning. Yeah, you wasn't in here. That shit was wild. It was him and Melissa, and they was just going back and forth. It was so funny. He said we're safe for now. We need safe for now. She cool now. Like, oh shit. Oh damn, I got 5%. What? I thought I had way more percentage than that. The fuck? Oh, when did I start the live? I had 70%. Okay. How much time? That's 150. So, there'll be more females. There'll be more eventually. What I plan on doing, I'm probably gonna say this, and I'm gonna have to get off real soon because I'm at 5%. Well, I'll wait till it gets like, nah, we'll see. But I'm gonna explain this. I've been planning on. So what I've been wanting to do is I want to, like, I've been studying heavily of how am I supposed to make my content. And one thing that I'm very happy that I've been doing thus far is I've been going live streaming. Like, I think I got to say, live streaming and talking to you guys has been so strangely fun. I've had such a great time. I need to structure the live streams much better. but being able to um, just do what the ground we've covered, like just looking at this stuff, like all this stuff we've talked about is very intellectual. Some of it's like really stupid too, and I love it. It's just a great blend of yin and yang. But what I want to do next is eventually I want to start creating merchandise for this channel, like just you know. But everything that I'm doing, the live stream is going to be the centerpiece. So I eventually want to go travel on live stream. I also want to get into art more. It's a bunch of stuff for this channel I want to do, but the live stream is going to be the centerpiece of everything. He says I'm a guy. That's funny. Hold up. Oh yeah, Mom Muffin calling you. I might be gone, John. I might be gone because I'm at 4%. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. I'm about to start getting like heavily into art because I want to start explaining jujitsu. But I feel like when I look at the jujitsu market, there's no one explaining jujitsu, even striking, with diagrams and details and stuff. So I was just thinking about it today. I was like, what if you started studying figure drawing, like heavily studying figure drawing and anatomy drawing, and started like actually drawing a lot of these jiu-jitsu positions? And because I hate the process of, like, a lot of people want me to, they want me to explain jiu-jitsu, but I hate going up and shooting in the gym trying to like, it's really annoying. But if I was able to draw the positions and just explain it right there, I could really honestly probably explain the totality of jiu-jitsu in 1 year. It wouldn't take me long at all, you know. And then if something were to happen to me, of course, you guys would have all of the mindset that I've came up with. But yeah, everything is gonna start off with this live stream, and I appreciate you guys. You guys motivate me every single day. Um, and I guess technically it's like a job, but it doesn't feel like a job. You know, it's because I guess I kind of made a job. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be on at this time, or no, 2 hours a day, and now we're like creeping up to 3 hours. It's fucking incredible. But yeah, let me read some of you guys' content, and I got 4%, so I'm gonna read what you guys have to say. If you have any questions, make sure you ask because well, it's 3% now. Let me see. Hold on. You guys are talking about goals. We all should take these. I was made for jujitsu from jujitsu. Like, I could probably get you in an omoplata easy, and I'm 130 pounds. Oh my gosh, that would be funny as hell. Actually, you said Ghost is a 80-year-old neighbor. Ghost is um go this is Ghost actually recently hopped into jujitsu. Weenie, he has hopped into jujitsu. Well, wait, is that true, Ghost? You just recently hopped into it, or you been in it this entire time? Thanks for hopping online so we could chat. Oh my gosh, it's getting to that point. I'm freaking loving it. Like, we're, it's just next, like what I'm liking, Reckless, is there's friendships being built. I get to talk, and I just need to get my schedule is just so damn hectic though. So I'm struggling to get a time where we can all come at one point. But it's cool. As long as I keep popping on, we're gonna be fine. As long as as long as I keep popping on. You said Ghost stop lying. I love Ghost anytime. Why are we just starting out? Is it okay to kick a kid and say don't mess with Muffin? As long as you are the same age as a kid and you're not a grown adult saying Muffin to a kid, then yes. As long as you're not a grown adult saying Muffin to a kid, and yeah, but you should keep your hands to yourself. I think well, no, John's trolling. That's what he's doing. He's trolling. But John's gonna find out that we don't. As long as John doesn't spam, he'll find out that he won't get too much attention. Yeah, okay, yeah. Ghost just started jiu-jitsu. Okay, I was correct. Ghost just started jiu-jitsu. When I tell you, Ghost, keep training, your confidence, everything is just gonna go up. You're gonna be a different man in 6 months from now as long as you keep going. Just make sure you keep losing, make sure you keep losing. Keep losing. Trust me when I tell you that. If you're in the every time you lose, and when I say this, because I'm about to hop off, I got 3%. But I want to leave this with you, Ghost. When you lose, get happy. Remember that. Every time you get submitted, get happy. Because your brain has processed, like, don't just like give up, of course. Like, don't let them just submit you. Like, fight and make them earn the submission. Well, joints. So fight to the death with chokes, with joints, tap to the joint locks, But every time you get submitted, tell yourself, I got better. Because your brain has registered the pathways of an escape. It's learned how, like, trust me when I tell you that. Always remember, I sucked at white belt. Just remember that part. I was a terrible white belt. I sucked at white belt. Sucked. So just that's the last advice I want to give you before I hop off tonight. I'm gonna be on tomorrow, and I want the stream to be much longer. But I'm happy I hopped on. I broke that UFC down. Let me read you guys' comments. I'm at 2%. I have a problem with sprawling against female. Not even kidding. I rolled with a 10, 11-year-old kid at the gym, and he demolished me within 60 seconds. Stuck with boxing. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'm at 2%. I know when this hits 1, it's going to probably shut off. I love you guys. I always say it before I hop off. I love you guys deeply, and I'm showing it and proving it to you every time I hop on. I need you guys to be safe so we can talk again. You never know. It might be the last time, so that's why I tell you guys I love you. But it's not going to be the last time. Just take your ass to bed. I'm going to be on tomorrow. I got a bunch of stuff. I got to wake up early. Got Muay Thai, and I want to take a nap before I get on live stream. But this was a great live, and we're going to talk about some good stuff. I'm getting better at structuring these lives, but I'm going to get even better. So you guys be safe. I'm at 2%. I have all the power now. Don't make me use it. All right. Weenie, I'll see you guys. Muffin says good night. Thank you, John. And Ghost, you be safe.